Imagine you have $500,000, cash ready to spend. You walk into a Ferrari dealership. You point at the car you want, you say, "I'll take it," and Ferrari says no. Not because you can't afford it, not because the car isn't available, but because you haven't earned the right to buy it yet. Ferrari doesn't just sell cars. Ferrari decides who deserves to own one. And the system they built to make that decision is one of the most psychologically sophisticated and ruthlessly effective business strategies in human history. Before we get into this, do you think you could buy a Ferrari if you had the money? Drop yes or no in the comments right now. If this already sounds insane, hit like and subscribe. Because what Ferrari has built behind closed doors will change how you see luxury forever. Stay with me until the end, because the real reason Ferrari is worth more than Ford, GM, and Chrysler combined has nothing to do with the cars. Section 1. Ferrari is not a car company. Let's start with the most important thing to understand. Ferrari is not a car company. It never was. Enzo Ferrari, the man who started it all, did not want to sell cars. He wanted to race them. He built road cars for one reason only: to fund his racing addiction. He once said, "I sell cars to customers so I can build race cars." Customers were not the point. Customers were the budget. And that attitude, that contempt for the ordinary buyer, became the foundation of the most profitable car brand on earth. Today, Ferrari sells only 13,600 cars per year, by choice. Toyota sells 10 million, Ford sells 4 million, Ferrari sells 13,000, and makes more profit per car than almost any manufacturer on earth. 30% operating margins. Compare that to Toyota 8%, BMW 9%, Ferrari 30%. The secret is not the engine. The secret is the scarcity. Section 2, the tier system nobody talks about now here is where it gets fascinating. Ferrari has a client tier system, an invisible ranking of their customers that determines what you are allowed to buy. Level 1, you are a new customer. You can buy a basic Ferrari, a Portofino, a Roma, beautiful cars, extraordinary cars, but not the special ones, not the limited editions, not the LaFerrari, not the Daytona SP3, not the cars that appear on magazine covers. Those are reserved for level 2 and above. To reach level 2, you must buy multiple Ferraris. Service them at Ferrari dealerships. Attend Ferrari events. Demonstrate loyalty. Spend years proving you belong. Only then Ferrari might invite you to purchase something special. And the most exclusive models, the ones worth millions, Ferrari doesn't advertise those at all. They call specific customers personally. Customers who have spent decades and millions proving themselves worthy. You don't apply to buy a limited Ferrari. Ferrari decides if you deserve one. And if they haven't called you, you are not on the list. Section 3, the psychology of manufacturer desire. Now, let's understand why this works so brilliantly. Ferrari has reverse engineered human psychology. Most companies beg customers to buy. Ferrari makes customers beg to be allowed to buy. And that reversal changes everything. When something is hard to get, we want it more. When something requires proving ourselves, we value it more. When we finally get it, we protect it. We show it off. We tell everyone. Ferrari customers are not just buyers. They are members of an exclusive club that spent years earning membership. And they will never buy from a competitor because switching brands means starting over, losing their tier. Going back to the bottom of the list, Ferrari doesn't just sell a car. They sell belonging. They sell status that other status symbols cannot match. Because other status symbols can be bought with money. A Ferrari has to be earned. Section 4, the personalization trap. Now, let's talk about how Ferrari makes even more money from the customers they have already captured. Base price of a Ferrari, roughly $300,000. That sounds expensive, but Ferrari customers almost never pay the base price because of personalization. Ferrari offers thousands of customization options: colors, stitching, carbon fiber trim, custom seats, unique paint finishes that take weeks to apply by hand. On average, Ferrari customers spend 20% more on personalization alone. A $300,000 car becomes $360,000. But for the special editions, personalization can double the price. A car listed at $1 million can end up at $2 million before it leaves the factory. And here is the genius part. Every personalized Ferrari is unique. which means it cannot be compared directly to any other Ferrari, which means the customer cannot easily determine if they overpaid. Because there is no identical car to compare it to, the price becomes whatever Ferrari decides, and the customer pays because they spent years earning the right to be asked. Section 5, the Electric Betrayal. Now, let's talk about the biggest challenge Ferrari has ever faced. Electric vehicles. For decades, the Ferrari engine sound was the product. That V12 roar, the noise that made people stop on streets, that turned heads at traffic lights. That sound was not a feature. That sound was Ferrari. Then, government started banning combustion engines, and Ferrari had a problem. Electric motors are silent. In 2026, Ferrari launched the Lucy, their first fully electric car. Priced at 550,000 euros, it sold out through 2027 before launch day. But here is the extraordinary detail nobody is talking about. Ferrari is engineering artificial engine sounds for electric cars. Fake noise, designed by acoustic engineers, tested with loyal customers, refined over years. Because Ferrari understood something profound. The sound was never really about the engine. The sound was about identity. And if they could create a new sound, a new identity that felt as exclusive and desirable as the old one, the business model would survive. Ferrari is not selling transportation. They are selling an emotion, and emotions can be engineered. Section 6. The numbers behind the empire. Let's look at what this machine actually produces financially. In 2024, Ferrari generated 6.67 billion euros in revenue, an 11.8% increase year over year. Net profit 1.526 billion euros, up 21%. Their order book for 2026 is completely full. Every car they will make this year was already sold before the year began. They raised prices by 10% in key markets to offset US tariffs. And demand did not drop. It increased because Ferrari customers are not price sensitive. They are status sensitive. And a more expensive Ferrari is a more exclusive Ferrari, which is a more desirable Ferrari, which sells faster. The price increase made them more attractive, not less. This is the Veblen good effect. A product where higher price creates higher demand. Ferrari has mastered this better than any company on earth. $500,000. Cash, ready to spend. And Ferrari might still say no. Not because of the money, because of who you are, how long you have been loyal, how many events you attended, how many Ferraris you already own. Ferrari built a business on one radical idea. That the most powerful thing you can tell a customer is that they are not yet worthy of your product. And that one idea made them worth more than Ford, GM, and Chrysler combined. The car is extraordinary. But the car was never really the point. The desire was the point. And Ferrari manufacturers desire more efficiently than any engine they have ever built. If this changed how you see luxury, subscribe and share Behind Billions. Every week, we expose the strategies hiding behind the world's most powerful brands. The next one is even more surprising.